Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a TikTok trend. So if you guys have not seen it, people are sublimating tie-dye, if you will, with these full page bleeds, and it is amazing. This generation of crafters, I have to give a huge shout out to you guys. You guys are blowing it up. You guys are on fire. You guys have it going on. It is absolutely amazing to see what you guys are coming up with. So I had to put it to the test, of course, adding HTV in the mix. So let's go ahead and get started. For this project, you're going to want a full page of your sublimation design. So for me, I did a tie-dye. You could do a solid color. You could do like a watercolor, whatever you would like. Now, what I've seen people doing is using the 8.5 by 11, but I use the 11 by 17. And I'm also using Caesar Electric HTV as well as Caesar Red Glitter. So I wanted to add that in, and how are we going to do it? So I've got all my supplies here: heat tape, scissors, a piece of paper to protect my heat press, lint roll, and I've got a 100% polyester t-shirt. Now right here I'm showing you guys, I wanted to do something different. I've seen people just adding a piece of paper to block where their design's going, but I'm actually going to use an adhesive sheet. These are actually like printable labels you can get on Amazon. I'll have a link down below. So you definitely want something with super low tack, something like whenever you're making cards and you're trying to add ink and protect it, that's what you're looking for. All right, first up, make sure that you guys pull out the moisture as usual. And since we're doing the whole t-shirt, I'm going to kind of go all the way around. All right, so next up, we're going to go ahead and lint roll. You don't want to miss this step because, once again, you're messing with sublimation ink unless you don't mind the little blue dots you may possibly get from leaving the lint, because it is a tie-dye shirt after all. So it's totally up to you, preference, if you just want to leave it alone with this trend. So I just did the lint roll real quick. I'm going to smooth everything out. So now what I've done is I've actually cut down my piece of adhesive sheet. So what I did was I found out about where I wanted my design to go, and then I cut that down. Make sure you have it in the correct direction. I did it the first time backwards, and then obviously it wasn't going to work. So I'm just going to apply this to the shirt so it was a lot easier and pliable to move around for instead of trying to put a piece of paper there to block it. But definitely you could just do a piece of paper with some Condi spray adhesive if you wanted to. That would work. The next thing you're going to do is just scrunch the t-shirt. So whatever tie-dye effects that you like, just do that. So I'm going to go ahead and just scrunch the t-shirt like so. And then the next thing you're going to do is simply add your full bleed right on top. Now, I'm just showing you this because you actually want a piece of craft paper underneath. This is just butcher paper. I have a huge roll of it. I know you could get them at Sam's Club. I actually got mine at like a thrift store, and it's actually on one of those little cutters and everything. So definitely just protect your heat press. You could use parchment paper, whatever. It's just going to help hold that tape and once again protect your lower platen. So what we're going to do is set it back up here again. Once again, I'm just going to go ahead and scrunch everything up. You can also do front and back of this t-shirt. I just did the front. So definitely more videos to come, so just stay tuned. So once again, this is definitely a trend on TikTok. So if you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I also posted a video, the same video on my Instagram if you want to check it out as well. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add tape. This is going to help hold everything underneath, and once again kind of help with some ghosting a little bit. Not that it's real big of a concern here, but it's going to help hold your t-shirt underneath because it's going to want to wiggle around, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and tape that down, and then we're going to take it over to the heat press. I'm pressing this 400 degrees for 60 seconds, medium pressure just as usual. So you're just going to line it up there, make sure your bottom platen is protected, and then make sure your top platen is protected. So I'm going to cover it with another piece of this butcher paper here, and then I didn't have enough, so I could have grabbed another one, but I just took some parchment paper I had right here and just covered the other side. Just completely make sure both platens are protected and press. So once again, 400 degrees for 60 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and speed through here really quickly so it doesn't take up a lot of time. So we're going to go ahead and lift this press, and we're going to go ahead and remove our parchment papers and all of that stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and take it over to the craft table. You could definitely just peel it right here, but I thought it would be much better over on the craft table. So here we go. So we're going to go ahead and just quickly peel this away, and look at how cool this looks. So it didn't sublimate where I have that sticky adhesive. Now keep in mind, I do want to point out when I use the sticky adhesive, it left a little bit of stick. But I noticed after I pressed the other adhesive, it came right off. It was very, very minimal. So keep that in mind if you want to test this out, and it would probably wash off anyway. So I love how it looks. And then you're just going to go ahead and pull it out, and you're going to get something different every single time. And if you wanted to do the back, you would do the same thing again. Just protect that bottom platen and go ahead and hit the back. Make sure you do that before you apply your adhesive so you're not overheating it. So as you guys can see, I've got a little bit of a tug, but it's going to come off. So no worries at all. But once again, you could definitely use paper or use some Condi spray because that's going to pull right off. So we're going to go ahead and prep up now for our HTV. I've got my heat press. I'm lowering that heat to around 305 for around 10 to 12 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my first layer. So you always want to layer your glitter last. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my Caesar Electric. This is the electric blue. I don't have the exact name for it, but these links are down below. You can use the promo code Crystal Ann to save you some cash over on 143 Vinyl. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up just like so. Just trying to figure out exactly where it's going to go. Make sure everything's going to look good. All right, so I'm going to actually bring this down just a smidge because I think my round circle would have looked like I had too much of a space gap. So I just kind of shifted that a little bit. So now we're ready to go ahead and take this over to the heat press. Once again, even though we're not sublimating now, make sure that you're protecting that lower platen and the top platen because you do have sublimation inks there. Now, as you guys can see, my heat press is still cooling down, but I'm prepping up and getting ready while it is. So I actually heated this a little bit too early, but it's totally fine, I promise you guys. But you want it around probably 305. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press this for just around... I actually did just a few, since I had it at the higher heat, I did around 5 seconds because I'm fixing to press it again with that glitter HTV. So now we're ready to peel this. This is a warm peel, so I just gave it a second or so. And then I'm going to go ahead and peel that right up. I love Caesar's Electrics. They are so gorgeous. And then obviously their glitter is absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to line that up and then apply our protective papers, once again, making sure everything is covered. And then we're going to press again. This time, I'm going to go for around the 12 seconds. I actually went past just a little bit, and this was at the correct temp. So it's going to go ahead and press both pieces of the HTV at one time. All right, so we are ready to move this, and there you have it. Now, you definitely could have just added, at this point, added your main sublimation design. Instead of the HTV, you could do chromoblast, you can do transfers, all sorts of fun stuff. So feel free to play around with this and do whatever you would like. So once again, huge shout out to this upcoming generation coming up with all of these cool things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you guys did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next one.